It's time to talk sports on the show this morning. Good morning, Abuja. And as you know, the African Cup of Nations is on. Yes. I've been talking about this competition for some time on the program. That's because I've been anticipating it because it's one whole month of sporting action here on home soil, the African continent. And like I always like to put it, football is finally back home. Yeah. And this morning, we want to look at all the things that have been happening as far as this competition is concerned in this year 2024. And that is why I would like to say it's a delight to tell you that Abdullahi Ajia is here in the studio. Good morning, Abdullahi.
Good morning,
Good morning,
LB.
Abdullah.
Good morning. Thank
Welcome to
you.
Good Morning.
Thank you for having me. And it's always a delight coming to talk sports on Good Morning Abuja, your number
Yeah.
one program, I must say.
Yes. Thank you so much, Abdullahi. Now, you are a sport enthusiast. You are a sports journalist. You literally breed sports, especially football. How do you feel at a time like this that we are in this competition?
Well, thank you. And I want to share the same sentiment with millions of football lovers out there who are watching us. And at this moment, there is no better time than this talking about the Africa Cup of Nations, our own African World Cup,
Yeah,
and
our own African
the
World Cup.
biggest football fiesta in the African continent. And at a time like this, it usually brings the continent together, talking about the unity, talking about our own style of play, talking about our own tactics of play. At this moment, Nigerians are joining all the African continent to be parts of this football mundial.
Exactly. Now, since you mentioned Nigeria, I would ask the question of Nigeria. But first, let's x-ray the tournament so far. Tell us, how do you see this year's competition
The
so far?
overview, general overview.
Okay, well, don't forget the Africa Cup of Nations, which is acronym AFCON, is a biannual football tournament. And now we are in 2024, but this competition is tagged AFCON 2023. I think due to one logistic challenge or the other that I couldn't hold last year.
Yes,
But
exactly.
you have to retain the year, which is still tagged 2023. And now 24 African countries are, as we speak, are in Cote d'Ivoire, that is Ivory Coast. And for the next 30 days, we'll be looking forward to the next African king who will be
Yes.
crowned champions. And with sentiment or bias, I would love Nigeria to be crowned the next champion of
We
the
all
We
would
all
love
hope
AFCON.
that.
Nigeria will take
Yes, we
it.
all would love
But
that.
that notwithstanding, I think we have seen the African spirit of we can do it in our own style. Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire, which is the host country, has not disappointed as far as the opening ceremony was concerned. Before now, there have been issues around logistics, there have been issues around whether it will definitely hold in this January or not. But I think that has been put aside because we saw the opening ceremony, which was also televised live on the NTA. We
Yes.
all watched the beautiful display. Our own very compatriot Yemi Alade, I think, was also on display there. So we saw the
What a
beautiful.
beautiful and electrifying performance
Exactly.
from her.
So, as far as the opening ceremony was concerned, I think uh, fans were not disappointed. We saw the mix of colors. We saw the attendance too. FIFA president was there. CAF president was there in person. We saw all the African presidents, present there to support the Ivorian president, who was also there to welcome all participating countries. So it was a beautiful sight to behold. We saw the aesthetics to the artistic design, everything put together. I think it was a very beautiful, outing to host and welcome all the participating countries and football lovers in the West African country of Cote d'Ivoire.
I know Amina is feeling left out because we
I'm
are
left
talking
out.
football and
I know nothing about
yes,
football.
football is a language that is universally spoken. And this time around, we are giving it an African accent. Now let's talk Nigeria Super Eagles. Yes, some people say they were disappointed with our 1-1 draw with Equatorial Guinea, and they are expressing skepticism about our chances of qualifying from that group, saying that our next game is with a host nation, Cote d'Ivoire. What do you think of like?
Well, I want to join other football lovers and supporters to express that disappointment for the results that we saw between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Equatorial Guinea team in their first game in Group A. Now, don't forget, football is about three important things. You either win, you draw, or you
You
lose.
lose.
So you got one of it, which was a draw. Yes, we know Nigerians are sports enthusiasts. Football is another religion as far as Nigeria is concerned. And when people don't get what they want as far as that football is concerned, they are disappointed. The result we saw against Equatorial Guinea, was beyond the expectations of Nigerians. It was not what they expected,
It was far
considering
below.
the football pedigree between the two countries. Nigeria has come a long way as far as African football is concerned, as far as global football is concerned. Nigeria is in its 19th appearance as far as the African Cup of Nations is concerned. So when you put all the statistics on the table, you know that Nigeria should have had upper hand as far as that encounter was concerned. Even though today we say there are no more minors in football, yes, but you cannot compare the class of the Super Eagles and the Equatorial Guinea. Now, if you take it technically or tactically to the field of play in that first match, at the beginning of that game, you saw the Equatorial Guineans were afraid of the Super Eagles.
Yes, but
But when
then
they saw the Super Eagles were not flying to
yes,
get the goals,
yes.
they, develop confidence, and before you know, they measure up, and they sized the Super Eagles. At the end of the day, they scored even first before we got the equalizer through Victor Osimhen.
Yes,
So I think,
beautiful header from Victor Osimhen to give us that equalizer. Well, prospects for our match against Cote d'Ivoire, the chances.
well, yes, we've beaten them before. If you look at the 2013, where we went to lift that trophy in South Africa, which late Stephen Keshi, blessed memory, was able to do as a coach. So it's not a new thing to build Cote d'Ivoire. But now you're not just playing against 11 players, you're going to play against
A whole
over
country.
60,000 spectators who will be in that field to support their own. So they are the host this time around. So you need to get more, tactics. You need to get more psychological confidence to be able to face the Ivorian team, the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. So this time around, I think, yes, they are beatable, but we need to do a lot of homework. We need to go back to the drawing board, considering what we saw in the first match. The mentality must totally change if actually we must approach the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire to get a victory to keep hope alive of qualifying beyond the group stage.
Okay. Lots of actions are still ongoing in the CAF AFCON competition. Amina, you should
You've
have a
left me
question at
behind.
least, please.
All right, let me ask you. Today is Tuesday. What matches are we anticipating for today?
Okay, well, if you look at today's fixture, we should be talking about Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, they were 2013 finalists, and in recent times, they have also done not too bad as far as the Africa Cup of Nations is concerned. The Stallions of Burkina Faso, I think they are doing very well. So they will be up against Mauritania in the first match of today, and then Tunisia will also be facing Namibia. Tunisia from the North Africans, they have also they are not newcomers to the AFCON. They have done also wonderfully well as far as the AFCON is concerned. So they will be coming out to face the Namibian side. And then the last match of the day is Mali against South Africa. I think that's a very beautiful one.
Yes.
South Africa, they are also doing very well as far as football on the continent is concerned. And Mali too. Mali, yes, even though sometimes you see them going beyond the group stages, but At the end of the day, they just flop, and but they are also a very good football nation. So these are the matches we should be expecting, for the day, and I think they are very good matches, and we'll be looking out for the upsets because this time around, big name no dey play football.
That's
Oh,
it.
yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes, yes. It's 11 players apiece. And as we've seen from some matches where we've seen some anticipated big names
Names.
lose to small
Small
names,
names. Mm.
it just goes to tell you the quality of football that's on display at the AFCON 2023 Championship. Well, on this station, NT Abuja Channel 5, you can catch all the matches because we are transmitting as it's originating from the network service of the NTA. And keeping true to his pledge, NTA has said you will watch all matches of this championship on our channels. So, what are you waiting for? Enjoy the fiesta, enjoy the carnival, enjoy the community of nations that make up the African continent. Abdullah, it's been a pleasure having you on the program.
It's always my pleasure also coming here to talk sports.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love sports.
And so, just so you know, Abdullah will be a regular feature on the show as we go on with the African AFCON Championship because, yes, we want to be able to get a lot of insights from his perspective, being the sports journalist that he is. It's good morning, Abuja. What else do we do if not bring you the best? So, stay with us, stay on this dial, and enjoy all we're bringing your way. Let's quickly take a short break. When we come back, I'm sure we'll get to hear more of Amina's voice.